Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, what a way to start off the week. Welcome back to what she said. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. In the basketball world, I feel like basketball, as one of my favorite sports, is my problem child right now. The Legacy Bowl they call it the Legacy Bowl, but yes, it's a bowl game, but there's also an HBCU combine as part of it. Um, you know, LeBron James called out sick at the last minute, didn't play in the All-Star game. He said because it's the Wild Wild West out here. Meanwhile, back in Boulder, the good news I saw, as many of you may have seen, Kaidon and Ryan Staub and Shedeur getting together to throw the ball. We have some video. We're going to talk about it. I think Colorado's in good shape where it comes to quarterback. Now, I didn't see Juju, but he could have been in class. I don't know when this was shot. He might have not been available. But we'll be seeing Kaidon and Juju and Ryan Staub soon enough. Actually, right now, Colorado has a pretty good, deep, at depth quarterback roster. As we get closer to the spring game, we'll talk about it. So welcome. We're just going to give everybody a minute to kind of get in here. Hey, Gracie, welcome. How was your day? Mine was good. It was good. Like an admin day for a Monday, but it was pretty good. We'll play some music. Ready to hear some music. And there we go. All right. So we just put some music on. And just gonna give everybody a second. I see we in here. All right, we already up to 7. Let me see here. I saw Gracie in here. Hello. Hit the like button for me. It's Monday. Y'all responded really well to the last live stream that we did. It was 2 hours, but it was good. We talked about a few things, and so tonight we're going to talk about our guys back in Boulder. Y'all know Shedeur is also there getting ready for the NFL Combine, but also getting ready for the NFL Draft. I saw Jimmy Horn Jr. He was out fishing. Yep, Jimmy was out fishing, and so he's enjoying himself. I haven't seen LeJontay. I did see Cameron Craig. He did post some content, so I'm happy to see his social media, on point. And I haven't seen Will Sheppard. I heard Will Sheppard's name popped up from a discussion about an ESPN analyst. I didn't hear about it. I did hear about FAMU's basketball coach, though. Again, basketball being my problem child. I posted it on my IG for what she said. He was not happy with the low expectations set for the program, and he had some things to say. So go check out my IG FAMU post. And then from last night, I posted a repost of Kevin Hart surrounded by women's basketball players, Rickea Jackson, Dejanay Carrington. And I didn't know Kevin Hart was around them. He comes to them like right here. And I'm like, oh man, and they were surrounding him and he's looking up, and I posted it on what she said at IG. Go check it out. It's getting a lot of love right now. But yeah, I know that had to make him feel some type of way. But I'm pretty sure he's used to being here when it comes to really tall people. So, but with it being 3 women, I was like, oh man, that just kind of made me feel some kind of way. But he's a comedian, so he laughed it off. All right. Let's see. Gracie said, glad to hear you had a good day. Yeah, I did. All right. So first we're going to talk about what's taking place back in Boulder. Shedeur's there. And I did hear him on one of the first videos he did when he was in Boulder. I guess one of the other QBs asked him, was he going to throw the ball with him? He said, yeah. So it was Ryan Staub, Kaidon Salter, and Shedeur Sanders. Instead of them throwing the ball back and forth to each other, they were throwing the ball to the wide receivers that are on the roster for next year. Not the guys going to the draft or going to the league, but the guys that will be active on the roster. I know I saw Timmons. Nice deep ball. So let's take a look at the video. I have it queued up here, and let's see if we can see what we see. Now, there's no audio. It's intentional. I did put their names so you can know who we're looking at. And it starts off in slow motion so y'all can kind of focus and see who it is that we're talking about. And here we go. Shedeur Sanders. People commented on how he looked like he's gained some weight. He's gotten bigger in the arm. Catching those deep balls, as you can see. And then, I personally think he's the same size he was before, but his arms do look a little bigger, so he has been working out. I know Regina told us that Florida, one of the guys that grew up with them that was on Coach Prime's Deion Sanders family playbook, there's Kaidon right there. That's who's training him. He's a personal trainer. That's Kaidon Salter. Kaidon looks so comfortable in the pocket. That's Ryan Staub right there. Nice deep ball by Ryan. That's Shedeur. They all have deep ball accuracy, in my opinion. I know some people are probably like, well, you can't really say it like right there because it's not a game setting. But you know what? Let me stop it. We're gonna let it go, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna go through it. Kaidon looks so comfortable in the pocket to me. I mean, I read about him. His deep ball accuracy is there, something that we're used to seeing from Shedeur. So Kaidon can carry that forward. Now, I didn't see Juju in this particular setting. I don't know when this was filmed. He could have been in class. But Ryan Staub, a lot of people in the comments, a few people in the comments were actually saying that they feel like Ryan Staub could go on to be a quarterback in any Big 12 team, be it Colorado or one of the other schools. And he looks really happy to be there. So I didn't really see any signs of him leaving, but it is possible somewhere after the spring game. A few people could hop in the portal that he could as well, but I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know his aspirations in terms of the future playing in the NFL. You would assume that because he stayed that, he wants to compete. So we'll see what it is there. Let's see who we have. Oh, hey, Kiel, welcome. We're checking out video footage from the guys back in Boulder. Shedeur, Kaidon, and Ryan Staub were together and they were throwing. And I just like how comfortable Kaidon looks in the pocket. Shedeur does look like he put on some muscle. So he's been working out. And Ryan Staub looked like he's ready to compete. So I really liked it. I was also saying I didn't see Juju in this setting. But see, look at Shedeur right here. Y'all tell me if he don't look. He looks a little bigger to me. I could be wrong, but he looks a little bigger to me. What do y'all think? See right here, look at his arms, so I don't know how long it takes to put on muscle like that, but to me, he does look bigger. So whoever's comment that was, they were pretty accurate. But Shedeur always looks comfortable in the pocket. But I love to see the QBs when they throw the deep balls and they're accurate like that. I just think that Kaidon is next up behind Shedeur. I would love to see Juju in this type of setting. Just casual, like Ryan Staub is there. I would love to see Juju in this type of setting, where he's out with the guys, just throwing the ball around to the receivers, because we see Kaidon a lot. Now, practice hasn't started yet, so I don't know his availability, but it would be nice to see it. We know, February 19th is approaching, so there'll be February 19th, March 19th, April 19th. So we're almost 60 days to the black and gold game. So it would be nice to see Juju get out there with the guys. Kaidon's getting really, really comfortable with the wide receivers. Ryan Staub is out there too. So it would be nice to see Juju. So Juju, if you see this, get on out there. We'd love to see you out here with the guys. All right. So, it's just a good look. It's just a good look from Shedeur. I posted yesterday on what she said. I said there was a picture of Shedeur Sanders, and he was just walking by. He was at the flag football game. A lot took place at that flag football game. But one of the photos captured the Vegas Raiders logo in the background. Remember, this was an NFL event. So I said, there are no coincidences. Like, he's just walking by. And I don't know, there was the Raiders logo. And again, the Raiders fan base, talking about their picks and things of that nature. And a lot of people are now doing mock drafts from day 2, talking about a lot of the day 2 talent that's out there. We believe our guy is going, I believe, Shedeur Sanders is going first in the draft because I think the Raiders will trade up for Tennessee's pick. Tennessee looks like they're going back and forth. They want to trade the pick, but analysts are like they should get not they think they should pass on Travis. They should pass on Cam Ward. They should get Abdul Carter. So I don't know how often it is an edge rusher goes first, but that's what some analysts are suggesting. Welcome. Hey, 400. Welcome. So I just played a video again for everybody that's just joining. Shedeur, Kaidon, and Ryan Staub are throwing to wide receivers at CU, not the wide receivers going to the league, but the ones that are actually going to be on the active roster for Colorado this year. So I'm really excited about that, to see that. So I'll let y'all take a look at that. Hopefully listen to some music in the background. And people commented on Shedeur. His arm, he does look bigger though. His arms do look bigger, I must admit. He has been working out though with Florida, so it is possible that he's put on some muscle. He's going 1 or 2. You talking about Shedeur? Yeah, I think so. I think he's going first. Tennessee still seems to be open to shopping that number 1 pick, which is good because I think they said Vegas has a lot of cap space. And I know I talked about Shedeur and Travis being like the dynamic duo again in college, but I don't know if they have enough cap space to get Shedeur and Travis. And they might have some other needs too, so I don't know. But it would be nice. It said he's fast. Yeah, he is. Kaidon just looks so comfortable in the pocket. Like, I mean, I feel like that first game at Georgia Tech is going to be Kaidon. I'm like, he too comfortable. He is so comfortable. Now, Juju could be off somewhere off-site working out. He seems like he wants to kind of keep things quiet on the wraps. I did hear that he had said, I'm ready to compete for the number 1 spot. Like, oh, okay, but I would like to see him get into these type of activities. I just think it would be nice for him just to, to outside of practice, just gel with everybody else. That's what I think is good. It said, word, he's like a 5-year player, so that's why they got him. Yeah, I think so too. I wonder if he settled on that. Like if he settled on going, are you talking about Kaidon? I think you're talking about Kaidon. Let me know if you're talking about Kaidon or if you're talking about Juju. Let me know. Okay. But yeah, Kaidon's footwork is solid. Like if you watch the videos with the footwork, it's solid. Seeing this video, he is comfortable in the pocket. I like seeing that. And when I first read about him, I told y'all, I asked him who was he comparable to. I was asking Google and the internet. And the response was Juju Lewis. And he was the camp counselor when Juju came through as one of the, I guess, the athletes for the camp. He was the camp counselor and Juju was one of the athletes participating in the camp. So I do think it's good, but I would like to see all of them together. You're talking about Cam? Oh, a 5th-year player? So that's why they got him high. Oh, I didn't know that. But I did hear that there's some talk about Quinn Ewers possibly returning to school. I'm like, I know that's not the case. I think it was Joe Burrows talking to him about taking advantage of NIL. And I'm like, now what would that look like? Because I know he's not going back to UT, especially with Arch Manning taking over. So I don't know, but that's what they said. The article was, I think maybe Friday. If you look up about Quinn Ewers, Joe Burrows is giving him advice on taking advantage of NIL. And we see that's what's his name that went to Miami? Y'all know who I'm talking about, Georgia's quarterback. He definitely took advantage of NIL to get $4 million just to stay behind 1 year. And then he got other endorsements that totaled $10 million. So it seems like people are encouraging Quinn Ewers to go back to UT. But I think if he goes back to UT, he'll be a backup. And I don't know what that would do with his draft chances for the next year. Miami Hurricane Cam. Okay, yeah, Cam Ward. So yeah, I don't know. But let me see what I can find out about Quinn Ewers real fast about what they're really telling him to do. Let's see if I can learn a little bit. I did think that was interesting because I don't know how he would go back. That's like telling Travis to go back to Colorado. I mean, let's see. Some people did say Travis should go back 1 year. I think I might have been one of those people. Let's see. Joe Burrows makes feelings clear on Quinn Ewers' transfer after the NFL draft decision. Okay, so he would do like, what is his name that went to Georgia? He would do the same thing. Instead of going back to Georgia, going back to UT. Because I'm like, there's no way he's going to UT. With Arch Manning, I think the boosters would have a fit because they were ready for Arch Manning to start this year over at UT. So it looks like they're encouraging him to transfer from Texas if he has another year of eligibility. And yep, Joe Burrow hinted that he might have followed a similar trajectory as Quinn Ewers if the NIL and transfer portal had been as prevalent during his college days. Ewers, who is expected to be selected in the second or third round of the 25 draft, enjoyed a good season with Texas in 24. Let's see. So I don't know. It said if you're going to be able to make 7 figures in college, you've got to go and take advantage of that. If you're in high school and you're getting offered that, go wherever they're paying you the most. Joe Burrows on NIL and transfer portal in today's college. I mean, no, I totally agree. If you're in high school, like the quarterback that's going to be the quarterback for Michigan, and they offer you $10 million, then that's where you go, which is why he transferred. But we did talk about, was that pay for play? So I don't know. I think he's going to stay. I guess they're just saying that, if Quinn Ewers is going in the second or third round. Because right now in the second round, the QBs are Jalen Milroe. What's the other guy? Jackson Dart, who people keep trying to move up to the first round. I think they're trying to get Jackson Dart to go to the Giants. That's what I really think. I think they're trying to get Jackson Dart to pass up Jalen Milroe just to go to the Giants. Some people have Cam Ward going to the Giants. I don't know. But that means Quinn Ewers, who's in the third or the late second round, should ask himself, should I transfer? Like the quarterback from Georgia, whose name keeps escaping me, that went and secured $4 million for his future, along with endorsements totaling $10 million. And even Travis Hunter was like, how did you get $10 million and I'm the Heisman winner? See how that works? So he's sitting pretty at Miami, sitting on about, $10 million. And mind you, that's only for 1 year. He's only going to be there for 1 year. So that's like between 4 at the lowest, 10 at the highest for 1 year. And then he still can go into the draft next year. So it seems like the advice that people are trying to give Quinn Ewers is, instead of going second or third round where the money is significantly lower, maybe go transfer to another university who needs a starter. I don't know who that would be. Who needs a starter and do the same thing as the quarterback from Georgia. What do y'all think about that? Carson Beck. Thank you so much. Carson Beck. Jalen Milroe, don't come back to Bama. I don't know why y'all hating on him like that. I don't know how Jalen Milroe took y'all to an SEC title game. Okay, so you didn't win, but he at least took you there. Why do y'all hate on him like that? That just is bizarre. 400 Circle Media, I need you to expound on that. Money in college, then NIL, NFL rookies. It said Hunter needs to stay 1 more year. He's GQ. Hey, Damon. Well, welcome. Milroe, good. He's better in the NFL. Thank you. I agree with that. I don't know why people hating on Milroe like that. Like, how do you hate on a player that under Nick Saban's Alabama took y'all to the SEC title Okay, so you didn't win. I don't know why you lost. I didn't watch the game, but you didn't win. But the point is, you got there. Then they get a new coach, and people say they're not good. And it's true, they're outside the top 10. They went to a bowl game, but all of their players got invites to the combine. If they had 10 players eligible for the draft, 9 of them got combine invites. So, I mean, honestly, what really was the problem at Alabama? Was it the coaching? Was there a new system? Jalen Milroe right now is the third quarterback off the board, making QB selections: Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, and Jalen Milroe. Right now, fourth is Jackson Dart, and people want him to usurp Milroe and Cam Ward and to go to the Giants after Shedeur, considering that the Vegas Raiders trade up to number 1 to get the number 1 pick. Damon said they will see it was him. 400. I don't think it was him. I don't think it was him. He already had time under Nick Saban. So how was it him? If he was successful under Nick Saban and you got a new coach and 10 of your players, 9 out of 10 of your draft eligible players got combine invites, or probably all 9 of them. Let's just be real. How was it him? You see what I'm saying? The common denominator is the coach. Did the system change? They said he has great deep ball accuracy. I'm talking about Jalen Milroe. He's a dual threat quarterback. He can use his legs to extend plays. Same thing with Shedeur. Same thing with Kaidon. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. But he gets hated on. Now, let's not forget. Jalen Hurts played at Alabama and transferred out to Oklahoma and was also successful. So what really is the problem at Alabama? Because to me, y'all saying Milroe isn't good, but where's Tua? Is he successful in the NFL? Is Tua successful in how many Alabama quarterbacks have truly been outside of Jalen Hurts? Maybe I don't know if Tua's been successful in the NFL yet. Y'all can let me know. I want to know what really is the problem at Alabama, because I don't think it's Jalen Milroe. If he took you to the SEC title champion game, to the title game, how is he not good? If 9 of your draft eligible players all got combine invites, then what's really the problem? Y'all gonna have to expand. Damon said that boy got a rocket on him. He a sleeper QB. Okay, you see? People outside the Alabama orbit can see he's not a bad quarterback. So I don't know. Maybe y'all was just looking for somebody to blame, and Milroe was the scapegoat. I heard him questioned by Shannon Sharp and Ocho, talking about, I guess, his style of play or whatever. And he said, the goal is to win. So I don't know. I don't know. It said Milroe is the reason we lost those big games. You know what, John, I'm going to go back and watch. Okay. All right, John, I'm going to have to take your word for it. Kiel said, no, Tua is not. See, the question is, how many quarterbacks outside of Jalen Hurts who got benched really are good from Alabama? I mean, let's talk about that. We got Bryce Young. I think he's good. He won the Heisman, but he struggled. But I don't blame him for that. So that's 1. Jalen Hurts is 1. That's 2. But he transferred out. And y'all do know why Jalen Hurts transferred out, right? Not just because he got benched, because Lincoln Riley's system at Oklahoma was better for him at the time. So, I don't know. It said Milroe comparison to Donovan McNabb or Cam, but definitely he's better. You need to do an open panel. We are doing an open panel. I don't think you were on when I announced it. So yeah, we have decided to do a panel, but it has a topic to it. So you want to do an open panel, but we just sit up and talk about everything. Now we have a topic. We have a topic that we're going to adhere to. So that's something I'm working on. And I actually heard your suggestion and said, I think it would be good to do it somewhere between the combine and the draft. So it's coming. It said especially the Oklahoma game. Okay, what was the problem? John? Like, was it he was throwing interceptions? Is that what it was? I mean, really, you have to think about the quarterbacks that have left Alabama that have really been successful. Alabama, we big on the running game. And he's a dual threat quarterback. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all keep hating on the young man, but it's funny how he the third quarterback off the board in the draft. Let's see. All right. Let me look at his stats. We're just talking now. We already talked about what's going on in Colorado. All right. Jalen Milroe, his stats, 2024 season. Let's see what we're working with here. All right. Let's take his 23 and 24 seasons. Okay. His completions, 205. This 24. 205 of 319. His completion percentage was 64.3. The way they talk about him, you think it would be like 23 or something. He threw for 284 yards. He had 11 interceptions. His longest pass is 84. His QB rating is 148. He had 16 touchdowns. Now, that's under the new quarterback, okay? Let's go to the old quarterback. Let's go to Saban. In 23, Nick Saban was the quarterback at Alabama, right? Was Nick Saban the quarterback in 2020? The coach in 2023? And wait, it said his throwing accuracy is a big problem. It said Tua took Jalen job at Alabama. Remember, they were losing in the SEC championship. It was only 3-0 championship, and Nick Saban took Jalen out too early. Because what happened the next year, John? Who is that, Kiel? Remember the next year, Jalen was still behind Tua. That was 19, I think. Jalen was still behind Tua. Tua took them back to where Jalen took them, which was the big game. And Tua got hurt. Jalen stepped up, and they won. So to me, that's poetic justice. That's saying that Nick Saban took Jalen Hurts out, benched him too early, because the score was 3-0, I think, early on. And Kirby Smart didn't take out his quarterback at the time. He just kept rolling with him. He never made it. I don't think he made a quarterback change the whole game. And they only had 3 points. So it was just a dog match. Like, it was just a tough game. You know, defense on both sides was doing a great job. So to me, that's what that said the following year. Only thing he did was beat Georgia. Milroe throwing accuracy is a big problem. He's accurate for 68%. And I don't know, he just chokes in big moments, in big games for some reason. Y'all say the same thing about Lamar Jackson, John. 400 Circle Media agrees with you. So here, I'm looking at his stats in 23. I do believe, let me see if Nick Saban was the coach in 23. If he was, all right. Nick Saban, when did he retire? Nick Saban retired January of 2024. Good. All right. So Jalen Hurts in 2020, Jalen Milroe, 2023, completed 187 passes. He had 284 attempts. His completion percentage was 65.8. He accumulated 2,834 yards, an average of 10 yards per whatever passing, I think. And he only had 6 interceptions. His longest pass was 79 yards, and his QB rating was 172. So he was a better quarterback under Nick Saban than he was under the new guy. Who was really the problem? So again, did the system change? Was he asked to do something different? You have to look at when people start calling a quarterback in his last year trash if he already had a good year under a different coach. Like, you didn't get to the SEC title game with him being a bad quarterback. And he had less interceptions under Nick Saban. So to me, something about the transition to the new coach, something about the new coach's system, it was a problem. It said, you're right. It was too early. Nick, I think he could throw. Okay, that's Kiel talking about. The only reason they were winning was because of Nick Saban. Thank you. He was a quarterback under Nick Saban too. He had way less interceptions. So I don't think it's Jalen Milroe. I don't think he would be the third quarterback in the draft if he was that bad. His accuracy is not that bad. He's not a 50 or 40 or a 30. He's high 60. So that's actually pretty good. The only reason he was winning because of Saban. Well, Saban wasn't playing, so you can't just say that, John. You can't. I think y'all upset because y'all didn't win games, but y'all also had a new coach, and something about the new coach, either he used the same playbook, y'all trying to say he used the same playbook as Nick Saban, or there was something about the coach's transition and what his system was supposed to be doing. We're going to see, because Jalen Milroe going to be in the NFL, and we're going to see what y'all have to say next year. Who's supposed to be the starting quarterback for Alabama in 25? Let me know. Drop the name in the chat. It said the new coach, different schemes. That's what I thought. Thank you. That's the common denominator was the new coach. In fact, there were people saying they needed to fire him, and they were wanting Nick Saban to come back. So I don't think it was all on Milroe. When you come for Bama, we gonna win. When you come to Bama, you going to win. Hell, we don't know. So Bama don't even know who their quarterback is gonna be, who their quarterback gonna be next year. Well, Jalen Milroe right now is in the draft before Kellen Moore was hired. And he was expected to go to the Saints. But now that Kellen Moore has been hired, I heard they might want an edge rusher. So everybody wants an edge rusher this year. I'm like, is an edge rusher that crucial that you need? Everybody need an edge rusher? Come on now. What's really going on? So let's see the latest NFL mock draft. Let's see. I'm going to pick one. Let's see who we got. PFF have one. All right, let's look at PFF. Let's look at theirs and see what they say. They have a big board, a simulator, premium stats. All right, a new quarterback in New York. The Giants need a new identity and a new direction. The Giants need a new front office. Paris Sanders with Malik Neighbors would give the Giants the foundation. Nope, don't like that. A blockbuster trade. The Cowboys win the Myles Garrett lottery and pair him with Michael Parsons to form a lethal pass rushing duo in Dallas. What y'all think about Myles Garrett going to Dallas? I heard he could possibly go to Detroit. What y'all think about Myles Garrett going to Dallas? His system was different. Yes, Kiel, I know that's what it was. You hope he goes to the Jets. Are you talking about Milroe? 400 meter, you hope he goes to the Jets? The Giants looking at Matt Stafford for a trade. That's good. I like that. That's good. I think that'll be fine if Matt Stafford goes to the Giants. I don't have any problem with that. Milroe's numbers aren't bad, though. I don't know why y'all get off his back. I don't think it was him. I think it was the coaching, something about the system, etc. So let's see. Tennessee Titans right now, PFF says Travis Hunter playing wide receiver and cornerback. But number 2, Cleveland Browns edge Carter, Abdul Carter. I think if you flip that, I think Travis might end up in Cleveland. But we didn't hear about Travis and who he was working out with. If he had a workout for Tennessee, if Travis had a workout for Tennessee, it is possible. He could go to Tennessee. But Tennessee wanted to trade their pick. To me, if they truly wanted Travis, I don't think they will be talking about trading their pick. What do y'all think about that? The thought process that if Tennessee really wanted to pick Travis, they would have never opened up conversations and negotiations to trade their number 1 pick. Let me know your thoughts about that. Oh, okay. Thank you. 400 Dam says the Giants looking Matt Stafford for a trade. Okay. You hope Milroe goes to the Jets. Okay. Fumbling the football doesn't have nothing to do with schemes. How many times did he fumble the football, John? And when did he fumble the football? Yes, you're right. John. You're right. What game do I need to go back and watch? John, drop a game, an Alabama game. I need to go back and watch the replay. So, because I never saw it from the beginning. Because I'm curious. I want to see what it is you're talking about that's making you feel justified for hating on Milroe. What game John, what Alabama game do I need to go watch? Drop it in chat. I'm gonna go look it up on YouTube. I'm gonna go watch it, and I'm gonna come back. I want to see the one where you talking about these fumbles. It said Myles Garrett is going to the Eagles. That's what Jason Kelsey said. Jason Kelsey said that too. 400 Circle Media. Kiel said Matt wants 25 million. The Giants aren't giving up that. Ooh, what? Is he gonna get 25 million anywhere? Kiel, do you think he can get 25 million anywhere? I'm talking about Matt Stafford. That's a lot of money. That means he want to be there for like the next 10 years. Damon said, I hope he comes to the AFC North with the talent on all teams. Okay. I think we're talking about Myles Garrett. I'm not sure. Let me know who you talking about, Damon. What you said, you got my head hurting talking about Jalen Milroe. I mean, it's real. Like, you can't be the third pick in the draft and be a horrible quarterback. And then you surely can't be a horrible quarterback with taking your team to the SEC title under Nick Saban. You only had like 4 interceptions under Nick Saban, but you got 11 under the new guy. That tells you something. That tells you it's something about the new coaching system, the new coach itself, or something. And the team couldn't have overall been bad because out of 9 eligible draft picks, 9 of them got invited to the combine. So I think they just making Jalen Milroe the scapegoat. I think they hate on Jalen Milroe the same reason they hate on Lamar Jackson. That's just the reality of it. Same reason. Travis, Shedeur, I wish they stay together. I do wish that they stay together. I heard the Raiders have a lot of cap space. You think they could get 2 rookie contracts with a lot of cap space? Does anybody know? Let's see how much cap space they have. Let's see. They still got Shedeur going to the Giants. I don't want to read any mock draft that talks about Shedeur going to the Giants. That's BS-ery. So let's see. The Raiders have a lot of cap space. All right. The Raiders have over $90 million in cap space. Ooh, that's a lot. With which to jumpstart a rebuild. What they do not have is high enough draft pick to land Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. However, I don't know when that was written. So what do y'all think about $90 million in cap space? Is there enough to get Shedeur and Travis? Of course, the opportunity has presented itself from Vegas to get the number 1 pick from Tennessee, possibly, because Tennessee is open to negotiations. With that being said, if they get the number 1 pick and they have $90 million, could they get the number 2 pick? All right, let's talk about this for real. All right, $90 million in cap space. They have like 8 or 9 picks. I think it's 8. We already talked about them trading up from 6 to 2, going to get Cleveland's second pick, get Cleveland's first pick because they had Deshaun Watson. But the opportunity has presented itself to get the pick from Tennessee Titans. So if they trade up from 6 to 1 to get Shedeur with $90 million in cap space, can they double back and get Travis? Let me know y'all's thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Hey, Leon, welcome. 400 Media said yes. Ty Simpson, the Alabama starter QB next year. Oh, okay. Thank you. Who? Oh, WLW. I'm going to call you 622 because we have another 22 that pops up too. Welcome. Thank you for that information. John said NFL teams only like Milroe because he is a good dude, a good dual threat quarterback in the draft. Well, that's what he's supposed to be. That's what he's supposed to be. I don't get it, John. Isn't that like a plus? You make it seem like that's a bad thing. Like him being a dual threat quarterback wasn't an asset at Alabama, but the NFL likes it, so he's better off in the NFL. Let me know if that's what you're saying. Let me know. Keo said no. I think, Keo, you're saying no, they don't have enough cap space to get Travis and Shedeur. I think that's what you're saying. Let me know. Damon said they want to be in the toughest division, AFC North. Oh, they want to be in the toughest division, AFC North. It said Jalen is very intelligent young man off the field. However, I think the pressure from the expectations affected his performance on the field. He has talent. Sometimes you just have to for the next play. Thank you, Leon. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Damon said if they gave Max Crosby, okay, and hella picks. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you, Damon. Kiel said nope. The only way they can get Travis and Shedeur, they have to draft them in different rounds. 1 or 2. Oh, okay. Unless the Raiders have 2 first-round picks, then it can work. No, they don't have 2 first-round picks. They don't. And I think they would have to give up some picks to trade. I'm pretty sure Tennessee wants some picks if they give up that number 1 spot. So essentially, they can't get 1 and 2 because they would only have 1 first-round draft pick. We know Travis not falling to the second round. Okay, never mind. Even though they got the cap space, they don't have the draft picks. Okay, I like it. Thank you, Kiel. It said that would be exclusive if they pull it off. It would be. Hell, I would love to see it. I would. Not just as a Buff fan, but as a Buff fan that was a Jackson State fan that knows that these two are dynamic duo. I actually did a video. The thumbnail was the dynamic duo of Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith at Alabama. Then now at the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl. Same thing. These deep balls that, they were good together. And then Jalen left and went to Oklahoma, but then got to the NFL. And now they're a dynamic duo in the NFL. And to me, Shedeur and Travis, if they link up, I mean, honestly, Shedeur and LeJontay, Shedeur and Jimmy Horn Jr., Shedeur and Will Shepherd, Shedeur and Travis, he really could be a dynamic duo with either one of them. But Travis, it's been him and Travis the longest. And people talked about, Travis got a lot of catches. I'm like, that's because he know that was his fail safe. He knew if I go Travis, he gonna get this ball. That's why the one time Travis didn't catch the ball, they went over to the side and they were talking. And Coach Sherman was like, guys, calm down. Because Shedeur was like, just catch it. He was like, I know you can catch it. You better catch this damn ball. So, he know that's his go-to. But yeah, I think that will be the heist of the NFL draft. If somehow, some way, they got the two of them. What about a trade? Like, what if Travis and Shedeur were picked number 1 and number 2, and Cleveland picks Travis, and then when Cleveland get to the second round, they're like, you know what? We want to trade. Can they do that? Can they do a trade with Vegas on the second round? Because Vegas got that pick from Devontae Adams going to the Jets. Remember, Devontae netted them a 4th round pick, which could elevate to a 2nd round pick, which I said was probably going to be Shiloh. I said that long time ago, but that might not be the case. I just want to know, could it work out through a trade? That would be exclusive if they pulled it off. Yeah, I think so. It said, hell no. He transferred from Bama. Oh, y'all talking about the quarterback. Miss Anyway, hey, it said, I don't know, but I don't think Shedeur and Travis are on the same team. I don't want Shedeur and Travis on the same team. Oh, you don't? How come? You don't want Shedeur and Travis back together as a dynamic duo? Miss Anyway, you got to tell me why. Drop it in the comments. I'm interested. It says, Young John tweaking. All right, John, you got a rebuttal. John, you got a rebuttal. You're going to have to answer it, sir. Let's see. Let's see. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me, please. Let's see. Also, we're live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time. So if you have a platform that's preferable outside of the one you're currently on, YouTube, feel free to catch us there as well. Oh goodness gracious. Y'all are funny. Y'all made me lose my place on my comments. Let's see. Oh, let me play the video for y'all that's just showing up. Okay, so while we're having NFL draft and NFL conversations regarding quarterbacks and edge rushers and whomever, earlier, yes, I think it was yesterday. I have a video here of Kaidon, Shedeur, and Ryan Staub working out with the actual active roster wide receivers at Colorado. So we talked about how Shedeur does look like he got a little bigger. He does look bigger to me in the arms and stuff. So I guess he's, putting on muscle, getting ready for the NFL draft. Regina did tell us that he was working out with his personal trainer, which is Florida. From, if you go back and watch Deion's Family Playbook, he was a childhood friend that grew up with them. There's Kaidon. I love how comfortable Kaidon looks in the pocket. I think Ryan Staub is a good deep ball thrower. It looks like he has to apply a little bit more effort, but he is younger. I don't know his classification, but the fact that he wants to stay there and compete says Ryan has heart. I like that for him. Now, there are some people who believe that Ryan Staub will likely transfer out and could start at another Big 12 football team. I don't see him going anywhere because he seems to like it there. He does. I don't know. He likes being around the guys, but I could be wrong. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all thoughts, what y'all see. I wish Juju was in this action right here, working out with the guys, getting familiar. You see Kaidon taking a leadership role, being everywhere, taking advantage of every single opportunity. But maybe Juju was in class. If not, I would love to see Juju getting just as familiar with the guys. But he did say he was locked in to competing for the number one spot, but so is Ryan Staub. And y'all see Ryan has shown up to throw to the receivers as well. And he's with Shedeur and Kaidon, who's also going to be his teammate. So they're going to have some good chemistry. So I like seeing this. I hope y'all enjoy the video, but this is where we started today with back at Boulder. I love Kaidon. I do. I love Juju too, but it's something about Kaidon. I think this year, I think we might get another Heisman out this young man. He's actually good. I watched his footwork. His footwork is really good. Like I said, he's a natural leader. He's not trying to force anything. He's a sponge, choosing to work out with Shedeur, choosing to work out with Ryan outside of practice because they haven't started practice yet. They're just doing conditioning. I think that says a lot about him. It says not only is he ready to lead, he's open-minded. He's ready to learn. And why not learn from the number one QB to be drafted going to the Raiders? That means they can have a rapport when Shedeur goes to the league. Because think about it, Shedeur and Juju, we saw Shedeur hand over the keys to Juju, but Shedeur is comfortable around anybody. He's clearly open and welcoming to Kaidon. So now he could possibly have that rapport with Kaidon as well. And he already knew Ryan Staub. But shout out to Ryan for, being 10 toes down and digging in and competing. And, everywhere you see them throwing the ball, he's out there too. And I like that about him. It said $1 million in cap space. That means I can get free agents. Okay, Kiel. The $90 million. They need to move in the draft to get a quarterback. Okay, I like that. Okay, so that's what that means. They can use that on free agents. And we have some people that can be free agents. They talked about the only free agents I heard them talk about were quarterbacks. Any good free agents that are running backs? Do they have a running back already? Vegas, what do they need? That's the question. Please don't say an offensive line. Please don't say that. But what do they need? We need to talk about that on one particular video. We need to get together and figure out what it is that they need. Is there a way to find out what teams the players are going to work out for? Is that something? I've never watched the combine before. This will be my first year. So is there a way maybe before the combine, you get to see what teams they're working out with? Or is that something you find out when the combine takes place? If anybody has any insight to the combine and the inner workings and what information is revealed beforehand, let me know. It said one of them B-Way's coming to Cleveland. One of the boys coming to Cleveland unless someone finessed them for that pick. I don't know. Cleveland, unless it's at the last minute. Now, somebody could trade up and get Cleveland's number 2 pick during the draft. We see this all the time. But the fact that the Titans are actively shopping their pick, their number 1 pick right now, I think that's interesting. It says Dallas Cowboys might trade Dak and get Shedeur. Then the following year, they might get Coach Prime. Cowboys send Dak to the Raiders. 622. Oh, okay. I mean, I think it's doable. I think Jerry Jones did tell Shedeur we're gonna have to do a lot of trading. He did say that. I just thought that was a way of him saying it ain't gonna happen. That's really what I thought when they were in New Orleans. It said, remember what I told you, the NFL rookie contracts are slotted on where they go? Oh, in the draft 1 through 10. Yeah, you did. So that means that there's no possibility to squeeze in Travis and Shedeur on the same team. Okay, nope. I do remember that, Kiel. Thank you. It said, best viewers. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Damon says Shedeur reminds me of Jalen Daniels, smooth operator. I like that. Good job, Damon. I like that a lot. It said 400 Circle Media said what she said in the chat. Y'all got my head hurting talking about Bama. I mean, I'm just pointing out the obvious here. I mean, his numbers were better under Saban, and with the new coach, there was some issues. So I'm going to attribute it to the transition with the new coach. Why not? That makes sense. The way they were hyping up Juju, I thought Juju was the end all. I do think Juju is a good quarterback. I just think that Colorado knew that they would need somebody like right now. You know, Coach Prime's motto, I want to win right now. And Kaidon had an offer from Syracuse. He had offers from other schools. I don't know how we got lucky in that transaction, but in my opinion, when you look at game 1, Georgia Tech, you see Kaidon out here throwing. You see how comfortable he is. And I know some of y'all are like, that's just them throwing the ball around. Still, there are people in certain environments like this that would still be nervous. This young man is, I think he might be just as unflappable as Shedeur was. I'm telling you. It said, I don't think Shedeur and Travis will go to the same team in the same draft. It would take too much to get them. Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts came to the league in different draft classes. Okay, all right. Then that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that, Leon. Thank you. It said, yes, it can happen. The Cleveland for win a lot of draft picks. Yes, it can happen. The Cleveland Browns for a lot of draft picks. Okay, Kiel, what can happen? I don't know. Let me know. What can happen? I know I asked about a trade, so that might be what you're talking about. Sweet Caroline said, I have info on an app in another YouTube channel to watch the combine on. Oh, okay. You're going to have to share that. Okay, cool. It said Raiders need a QB first. Oh, they do. Okay, so they need a QB first. All right. I think the QB that the Raiders are getting is Shedeur. I know a lot of people were talking about the, the free agent market for QBs, but no. And a lot of people are, who were talking about maybe Aaron Rodgers. Like, people don't believe that's going to work. I never even considered it. Aaron Rodgers and Daniel Jones are two people I didn't even consider for the Vegas Raiders. Now the Giants, I don't know what they would do. Tennessee is very interesting because to have the number 1 pick in the draft and not want it, I mean, what is the strategy there? Are they basically saying, you know what, I can get an aftermarket QB, or what do they call it, a free agent? I can get a free agent, or they might be cost conscious. I don't know how you have the number 1 pick with Shedeur, Travis, Cam, and Abdul Carter, and you don't take any of them. Do you think Juju will stay at Colorado if he doesn't start as a quarterback? Probably. Probably, because here's the thing. Kaidon is only 1 year. Kaidon is only 1 year. And that's what, 12 games? So I don't think I would leave knowing I'm next up to be the starter. Now, mind you, they're going to battle for it. They're going to battle for it. But, I'm just of the impression that Kaidon just seems more ready to go. And that might be why we don't see Juju. Maybe he don't want people talking about, what he got going on. Then again, he could have been in class. I don't know. But the fact that Ryan Staub is there, that says a lot. To me, that says Ryan is like, hey, I'm making myself available. And to me, Ryan gets exposure from this. There are other teams. Believe me when I say other teams look at Colorado's content, like this type of content. And when you see Ryan Staub throwing the ball, you're like, you know what? We might can get him from Colorado. I mean, we just lost another coach, but this time he was on the strength and conditioning side. So I think it was Coach Houston. I think he's going to FIU. And that tells you that Colorado's program was successful and people like what was done because they're being hired in other places. D&C, I think the last D-line coach right now is Warren Sapp. Now, Warren Sapp's contract is going to be interesting because now he will be a coach, whereas Livingston is a defensive coordinator. But I do think it would be interesting to see how much Warren Sapp's contract is. I heard people were kind of shocked at how much the running back coach, Marshall Faulk, people were thinking his contract was too low. The amount he's being paid, I think they thought it was too low. So handsomely paid, Doc Livingston. I haven't heard anything about Pat Schumer. Maybe there's nothing to hear. Maybe he already had like 1 or 2, 3 years or something like that. I haven't heard anything about Pat Schumer's contract. I haven't heard anything about Warren Sapp's contract. And they're going to need to pay Warren Sapp because everybody knows Warren Sapp was the difference maker when it came to the line position coaches. I think so. And I do think with the other two being gone, Lewis and Dancy, I feel like that paves the way for Warren Sapp to be the head coach, to be the position coach. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. If y'all heard anything about that, let me know. If you heard anybody talking about Marshall Faulk's contract, how people thought it was too low, let me know. One of the things Coach Prime wanted, and this conversation happened before the new year, I think, when people were talking about what Coach Prime wanted in his contract, it wasn't about him so much, it's that he wanted his coaches to be paid. So the one coach that we see is Livingston. The other coach they said Colorado is in danger of losing is Warren Sapp. Now, remember, when Warren Sapp came to Colorado, y'all might have not known he had other options. There were a couple of other schools that wanted him. He chose Colorado. So Colorado going to have to pay Warren Sapp. So his contract going to be interesting. Coach Prime might have to give up some things to get Livingston and Warren Sapp paid. I don't know what's going on with Schumer, but it is true. I heard that Marshall Faulk's contract, the numbers weren't that where people thought they should be for his caliber of who he is. So I don't know. It said, so yeah, I don't know. It said Lights Out Sports TV app. Okay, Sweet Caroline just dropped the app on where y'all can watch the combine. I think that would be good. It said Cleveland quarterback is hungry. Oh, Cleveland is quarterback hungry. Yeah, but how much they gonna be able to pay? The 704 Charlotte Bound YouTube channel. Oh, okay, these are the channels. Okay, I'll go ahead and put them up there. That way you can share them with people. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. Damon said that Cleveland is quarterback as QB hungry. Yeah, they need somebody. They might end up doing a trade. Do y'all think there's anybody that would be good to go to Cleveland and play that's already like a free agent? Let me know y'all's thoughts. I haven't heard anybody talking about Cleveland getting a QB from the free agency market. It's all been about Tennessee and the Raiders. 622 said, Kaidon is a semi-pro, a fifth-year senior. that can take Colorado to a Big 12 championship, while Juju plays some, but he's still learning. But if he ball out, he might win the job at all. He might win the job at all on Juju. Yeah. Maybe that's why Kaidon looks so comfortable, because he is a 50th senior. Because to me, I do think he can take Colorado to the Big 12 championship. He already have the experience. He has the experience. He's solid in my opinion. So I do think this might be somebody, and I do think Juju gonna get some plays. I don't think he gonna sit totally on the side. The question is, if Kaidon is the number one QB, what happens with Juju and Ryan Staub? Because we all know Ryan Staub was the backup behind Shedeur. And we see Ryan Staub out there with Kaidon, throwing with Shedeur to the active wide receivers. So that's giving Ryan Staub and Kaidon familiarity with the current wide receiver active roster. If everybody remains on it until game time for the first game. I don't know what that says about Juju. I don't. I think Kaidon is going to be a short leash. Julian is mature for his age, and he understands coverages. He's not intimidated by the bright lights, and he's talented as well. Okay, we shall see, Leon. All right. Good evening, Herman. Good evening. All right, y'all, we already an hour in. All right, so I'm sharing the video just in case, because we have new people coming. Hit the like button for me, please. I hope we see at least 15 likes. I'm sharing the video that was taken in. It's from Shedeur, Kaidon, and Ryan Staub working out together. Throwing to the active roster, meaning the wide receivers that will be playing for Colorado next year. I know I saw Timmons. I don't know the other ones, but I know I saw Timmons out there. So the wide receivers, I think we have Timmons, Omarion Miller. Is Draylon Miller a wide receiver, or is he a dual player? Wide receiver, running back, or something else? Draylon Miller is third. Omarion, Draylon, Timmons, Gibson, that's four. There's probably some others I don't really know. So that's 4 wide receivers right there. We know Omarion is a beast. I believe Gibson is a beast. I've seen him play. He went to school in Fort Worth is it North Crowley High School? His footage is out there. They went to the championship or something. I know he's good too. I haven't really seen Timmons play that much, but I've seen his personality, and he's hungry. He's a dog. So I know he'll be good too. And we know Draylon is a beast. I just saw footage on my phone of Draylon the other day that I wanted to talk about, because he wants to play and be used the way that Deebo Samuels is used. And I think it's the 49ers, who, by the way, he wants to leave the 49ers. But so I think we're gonna be I think we're gonna be set when it comes to the receivers. Me seeing Kaidon be so comfortable. Ryan looks comfortable too. Ryan got an arm on him too. So, like I said, it would be nice to see Juju in these types of settings. But again, he could have been in class. I don't know what day this was. He could have not been available. But we're going to get there. One thing about it, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're about almost 60 days from the Black and Gold game in Boulder. Oh, I forgot about Cornell X. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen him play, but I know he's good too. If I'm not mistaken, did Cornell X, is that his name? Farrakhan X? Did he go to the same high school as Jalen Hurts? That Jalen Hurts' dad was like the strength coach for, or the football coach? I think they went to the same North Shore, something like that. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yep, he's good too. North Shore is good out of Houston. And I feel like if Jalen didn't go to Channelview, he went to North Shore. It's one of the two. Not that they only have 2 schools in Houston, but when it comes to being consistently good, that's like Kaidon. Kaidon went to Cedar Hill in Dallas. They are consistently good. I think if Shedeur and I don't know if anybody has ever asked them the question, but Shedeur and Shiloh, because I don't know where Bucky went to school. But I wondered if Shedeur had a pick of where he could have went. Let's say he didn't go to Trinity Christian. I wonder if he would have gone to Cedar Hill where Kaidon went, to Duncanville. Their quarterback is supposed to be going to Alabama. That might be Alabama's starting quarterback. I forget his name, but Colorado tried to recruit him and he chose Alabama. Um, Duncanville, Cedar Hill, North Crowley. I think those are the schools you consistently hear about in the Dallas Fort Worth area. That is Gibson School and Kaidon School. So they should know each other. They might know each other. Dallas is this big, so Dallas is not big at all. It's a metroplex, so it's Dallas Fort Worth combined, and they might know each other. But if Kaidon is in his 5th year in college, maybe not. But in the area, you know how the guys know who they are in the area. He probably knows. Good evening. It said Timmons and Draylon Miller. Okay. It said, don't forget. Yep, you're right. Don't forget Omarion. It said, I guess Caleb Mathis moving to defense. What? Oh, really? I didn't hear about that. I heard he wants to be a GM. I heard he wants to be a GM for an NFL team. So again, I don't know everybody's aspirations. I like seeing Ryan Staub out there with Kaidon and Shedeur. I'm not even surprised Kaidon's out there because Kaidon is that guy. Like, he's not going to miss an opportunity to level up. And to me, throwing with Shedeur, Shedeur not throwing the ball to you, and you throwing the ball to Shedeur. You, Shedeur, Kaidon Shedeur, and Ryan Staub are throwing the ball to active receivers. Like, that's the level. That's the level. And you get to kind of match up. So if I'm Ryan Staub, I'm out here throwing with Shedeur, I'm kind of getting a chance to see, you know, where my skill set is compared to what's getting ready to be an NFL quarterback. I mean, the draft is in 2 months, 1 month, April 24th. There you go, 2 months. So there you go, 60 days. And he gets to line up, you know, with Shedeur and throw with Shedeur along with Kaidon too. Come on now. You can't miss them. You can't miss those kind of opportunities. Like, that's the kind of stuff that people look at. And then you kind of get to like build a rapport with the receivers. Remember, I'm new to this joint. I'm new to Colorado. Some of these receivers are new. Some of them been here. Like Omarion, like the wide receiver room is kind of his. I don't remember when Timmons got there, but everybody knew Omarion would inherit the wide receiver room, and he did. And he's put on some weight too. He's put on a lot of weight. So he's doing what he needs to do. And I can't wait to see who lines up as starting receivers, because if they might be as cold as the ones we have that's going to the NFL. Because I mean, Gibson is good. And remember, Gibson, I think, was going to go to Ohio State. So Gibson, Farrakhan, Timmons, Draylon, and Omarion. That's 5. That's good. Now, I don't know who the running back's going to be. We're going to have to figure that out. I know we still have Agustabe. I think we have Brandon Hood, which is oh, that's right. I forgot. We got 2 Hood brothers. We got Brandon and Colton Hood. But I think Brandon might be the receiver and Colton Hood might be, I think he's the one that's on defense. Oh, he was a baller. Yeah, he was good. So I guess it's going to be, we need to sit down and figure out who's going to be starting. We know there will be a depth chart, but, you know, I think we can start trying to figure it out and see who's who. They say you are right. Kaidon throws are good. Yeah, Kaidon is, see, I'm always impressed with a quarterback that has deep ball accuracy. When we were watching, was it the bowl games? We were watching, I think it might have been the Natty. I was saying how we are spoiled. Colorado Buff fans were spoiled with Shedeur because not only could he throw a deep ball, he was hella accurate. Whereas a lot of the other teams, when you watch them play, they want to rely on the run game. They didn't really want to rely on the quarterback throwing the ball. They were just comfortable to hand off. So I think that's why maybe in Shedeur's first year at not Jackson State, of course, but at Colorado, people felt like Coach Prime was doing something different. But I mean, the air raid offense, from what I understand, is one of the reasons that Jalen Hurts left Alabama and went to Lincoln Riley's system in Oklahoma. So air raid offenses are not new. So I don't know. That's just weird. But I asked John to let me know what game he want me to go watch from Alabama, because he don't seem to be too proud of Jalen Milroe, but I don't think it was necessarily all on Jalen Milroe. Maybe some, but not all. All right, y'all. I guess we're going to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to show y'all this video one last time. This is pretty good for a Monday. Thank y'all. I hope we have 14 likes. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. As always, don't forget we have memberships. Might as well join if you're gonna come hang out all the time. There are perks, so check them out. And don't be stingy with the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. And I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. So let me shout out who I have here. Shout out to D Johnson. Thank you for hanging out. Caroline, thanks for coming back. Crowley, thanks for coming back. And we have Herman. Thank you for coming back, Herman. I appreciate it. Leon, thank you for hanging out with us. 622, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kiel family, thank you. Thanks, fam, for hanging out with us. Gracie's family as well. Thank you for hanging out with us. So this was a good conversation tonight. So as we get closer and closer to the draft, Miss Anyway hung out tonight. Thank you, Miss Anyway. Appreciate you. 400 Circle Media. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Friend, what she said, I appreciate that. I hope we didn't give you too bad of a headache talking about Bama. Damon, thank you. John, thank you as always. John, I can count on you for the controversy. I appreciate it. But I still need to know what game it is you think we need to go watch with Alabama and Jalen Milroe. If you got a good one, let me know. I'll go watch it. All right, y'all. I think that's most of us that was in here tonight. I appreciate seeing y'all. This is fun. I actually look forward to this because we get the same squad coming back, and it's always good conversation. And I appreciate the interaction. And y'all look really good about engagement in the chat. So I appreciate y'all for that one. All right. So my air fryer came in. So I'm getting ready to go try some fried green tomatoes. I'll let y'all know how they came out. If they came out good, I'll take a photo. If not, I'll just tell you about it. All right, y'all. We're going to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to say goodnight. I'll give y'all a chance to wrap up y'all conversations. Gracie, thank you for holding it down as a moderator. I appreciate it. And I look forward to catching up with y'all tomorrow. I'll give y'all a few seconds. I'll play the video again. And that way, for the people who didn't see it early on, they can just take a look at it. What our favorite QB1, Shedeur Sanders, our new quarterback, battling it out against Juju Lewis and Ryan Staub for the #1 spot. You know, a lot of people talk about Ryan Staub and Juju and Kaidon battling for the #1 spot, but Ryan showed up today to throw with Shedeur and Kaidon like, hey, I'm still here. I love that mentality. He seems to be dedicated to competing for the #1 spot. So I think that's actually pretty good. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.